Wednesday, folks, you know what that means, big name drop. Not too many bigger names than Mortalis. We just reviewed that big collab a couple weeks ago with them. This is one of their pinnacle series, the Hydra series. Has all those scrumptious fruity goodness in it. Let's find out what this one's about after the theme song. Wednesday, here at the Midland Studio, as per usual, with your host, Nutmeg 2, Palmetto. I've actually had this beer before, but I have not featured it on the channel here. It is one of the offerings from a long-time standing series, from Mortalis Brewing Company out in Avon, New York. Hydra, they always put these things all over the place with different types of fruity adjuncts in this. I had very much liked it the first time, so I'm excited to revisit it, as it were. But it's not a revisit. It's not technically a revisit because it's not been on this channel before. In any event, this particular Hydra is made with Blackberry, Blackcurrant, a sweet cherry. It is a pastry sour. And if sour is your thing, if pastry beers are your thing, work your way on down to the comments. The first one pinned has a link to a playlist of all the other pastry style beers I've had in the past, whether it's a sour or a stout. You will find them all condensed in that playlist. I'll pin that one. I do have one for fruited sours as well, but I think the pastry one is more encompassing of this type of this particular style of beer. So we're going to use that, and you get a little bit mix of both things. 7% on Untappd. Big old 7% on the side of the can, so that's double confirmed. Now the Hydra series always, they put the Mortalis logo right up at the top, and then the front of the can is the 3 dragon heads, symbolic of Hydra. And then they do actually have a little bit of a secondary logo on the side where they write Hydra, the little 3-headed dragon logo. So those are 3 delicious things: blackcurrant, blackberry, and cherry. There is not too many details, no details on the can, but there's a little bit on Untappd. This Fruited Smoothie Sour blends blackberry, blackcurrant, and sweet cherry together to form just one of this monster's many heads. Keep your eyes peeled for even more flavor combinations. So, actually by that, I'm kind of thinking that this must have been one of the OGs. And they must bring it back because people like it a lot, but for them to write on Untappd, keep your eyes peeled for even more, this must have been one of the first ones they tried. And it's a solid amount of check-ins on Untappd. It's a decent little sample size, but it's not huge. 953 total, 899 unique. Of those, 820 rankings for a big whopping 4.33 ranking, and I've contributed to that in the past. So, I'm excited to try this again and try it with you folks for the first time. It's not wasting our time. Crack it open. 5 minutes upside down. Pours like mortar oil, but it is most definitely not a stout. Ooh. think this was a 16-ounce glass, right? Guess not. Still love double stamp though. That is a thick, deep purple color. That is, there's, I don't even think I need to show you. There's no way you're seeing through that. Thick, thick. Super sweet. I want to say it's the Currant. Well, no. You know what? I think it is the Blackberry. It's some, the prominent aroma is definitely some mix of the Blackberry and the Currant. The cherry cuts it a little bit, but it's not very easy to pick up. I think that's what I'm getting. But I think it's mostly the Blackberry and the Currant, and the cherry just kind of cuts it a little bit, but very, very softly. I know I've liked this before, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it again. Let's take a sip. There's some chunks in there. Tell you one thing, she is thick. There are some floaties, although more on the first couple sips than anything after. There is a strong berry flavor up front. Whether that's the Blackberry or the Currant, I'm not 100% sure. Probably the Blackberry, because it definitely has, I don't even know. If somebody knows in the comments, let me know. What is a Currant? Is it a berry? Is it some other fruit? I don't know. You see Currant written on practically everything. Does everybody know what a Currant is? But it's definitely very, very strong berry. It is thick. However, it's more thick up front. As it kind of travels through your palate and down to the finish, it gets a lot thinner. So it's not like thick in, thick out, oh man, I need a break. It's kind of just a thick sensation and kind of more juice on the way out, which I think is where you pick up the cherry, really. It's not, there's no cherry up here. There's no cherry on the front. But you definitely pick up something different way back here than you do up here. So I'm thinking, and it's definitely not cherry up front. I wouldn't know cherry up front. So I'm thinking it's blackberry up front and cherry on the back end. Because sometimes these fruits, they go into these beers and they all get mixed together so cohesively, so intensely, it's hard to separate which one was which. But I'm thinking that, I know that it's not cherry up front. So I'm thinking that it's blackberry up front and cherry on the back end. And maybe my palate's completely off third base and on the freaking moon. So if somebody from Mortalis wants to correct me, drop a comment and let me know. But to me, it's blackberry here, cherry back here. That's what that is. It's, like I said, thick, but finishes thin. Really easy to drink. 7%, it's not exactly super boozy. But to your standard beer goers who are used to 4 or 5%, it's certainly heavier than that. So, but it's still easy to drink. It's fruity. It's light. It's really well done. These Hydra series from Mortalis are always a nice change of pace. The fruitiness, the effervescence, they're always well done. Super easy to sip on, especially if you don't want that like hoppiness, if you don't want that kind of quote unquote lager taste, which I'm actually getting to a point where I'm actually preferring lately. But if that's what you're used to as a beer drinker, if you're not into the craft game, if that's what you're used to, this is a nice change of pace from that. And of course, it's a super, super nice change of pace from all those like super hophead type of beers and that kind of bloatedness you get from the run-of-the-mill hazies. Oh, for a sour, it's got some carbonation, I'll tell you that. If pastry beers are your thing, work your way on down to the comments. The first comment pinned is a link to a playlist of the pastry beers I've done in the past. Whether it's a sour, whether it's a stout, they're all there because pastry beers are a rather unique thing, so I like to encompass them all within one playlist. So that's there. Click the link. Work through what I've reviewed in the past. If you like what you saw from me, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so exactly when my reviews drop. If you want to recommend a beer to me, or maybe even send me a beer, or maybe just chat me up. You know, I like to talk to people. Sometimes I don't shut up. Email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. And if you want the rest of my day-to-day nonsense, follow me on my social media channels, TikTok and Instagram, @nutmeg2palmetto. I enjoyed this first time. I'm enjoying it now. I was glad to share with you fine folks. Cheers. I'll see you next time.